We're going to talk about in the air. Emmett Buchanan is here to discuss that. Emmett started skydiving in 2000. And of course, like everyone, most people fell in love with it instantly. Not only has he become a leading tandem instructor, tunnel instructor, and industry coach, Emmett has been competitive in the sport. He holds several medals in a variety of skydiving disciplines. In 2015, Emmett was part of the 164-way vertical head-down world record, which is an accomplishment demonstrating Emmett's insane skydiving skills. It is.
Just keep talking. It's not.
Skydiving skills. So one of Emmett's favorite aspects of the skydiving is the free fall, and he enjoys teaching new skills to sports jumpers looking to enhance their skills. Yes. All right. All yours, Emmett.
Am I only going to see you? Did you get any pictures of angle flying or tracking just before I start? No, that's fine. Okay, great.
I'll hunt. I really haven't had the time, but that's okay.
Not a problem. Just figured to be good to look at and have as examples for something I'll bring up later. So yeah, lots of free flying experience, but I love belly flying, tandems, AFF or PFF up here in Canada. Most of my jumps were in the States. So in the air, you're getting out of the plane. Pretty much you've heard a bunch of stuff from Nick and from Brian about gear and all that, but let's be careful climbing out of the plane and spending too much time out there or doing something kind of crazy that might not be safe with a group of people getting out on the step. So just be cognizant, plan your skydive before you get to the plane. The plane is always going to be a good idea. Obviously that can't always happen, but if you're going to plan it in the plane, stick to something simple. That's your best bet. My philosophy is always try to plan something for your skydive so that you can have a success. And my opinion is zoo dives are just a mess where people can have fun, but you're not really learning anything. But people don't also realize they can be super dangerous. And that's regardless if it's belly flying or free flying, but it very much in particular with free flying. So my philosophy, try to pick something, plan it, have fun, and be safe, and then make it a learning experience for everybody on board. Now, that being said, pick your groups wisely. And if you're throwing things together, remember there's a weakest link. Not to say that anybody sucks, but that there are people learning, and you got to have the skydive geared towards them, right? We want to be supportive of people learning, but we also want to be safe and we want to have fun. And the best way to do that is thinking of other people and plan towards that. So if you need to pick somebody to be base, and I've done this a lot where I'm doing nothing on a skydive for other people to have fun and learn and give somebody reference or be base, right? That's what a base is for. And again, that's belly or free flying. Kind of had a plan and I'm kind of going tangents, and that's what I do. So we're just going to roll with it. Flying relative. My experience is when you dirt dive something, it's really close. When you're in the sky, it's a lot farther than you think it's going to be. Don't be afraid to get closer. Push yourself, but do it slowly. Do it in a controlled way. When you're moving in on people, moving in groups, do so in a way that you're not going to hurt somebody or yourself. Start slow and build it up. Back it off. Try to stop before you get in contact with people if you're taking grips or anything like that. Going to kind of back up a sec though. When we exit and we are doing groups, you're diving down, or if you're separated from your group in the middle of the skydive and you're coming down, always make sure that you're not coming down directly over your group. Move off to the side, come down, get on level, move back into the group. And that's pretty much a fundamental that whether you're belly flying or free flying, you want to practice. If you're below the group, move off to the side, try to come back up. Don't come up or down, over or under the group. In groups, obviously our groups aren't that big with a Cessna or 206 or 182, but these rules really do apply regardless. And if you take these rules to a bigger plane, you're going to be safe. Maybe we'll be able to do some formation loads this year. That would be cool, right, Allison? Yeah. We'll get into that. We'll do safety briefings if we're going to do formation loads, because that's a whole other ball of wax, even with 2 small planes. And last couple of things that I want to broach on. If you're looking to learn something that you want to excel at, that's something new, especially in free flying, things happen really quick in free flying. Please come to me or somebody else with more experience to make sure that you're aware of what you're getting into for tips. If you're going to do stuff on solo, make sure that you're communicating with other people in the plane so that you're not going to be flying over or under other groups in the plane. When you start tracking, when you start head down, even sit flying, you can move across the sky really quick and have no idea if you're doing solos. So get with some other people that can be a base for you. I'm more than willing. A lot of other people are more than willing to go up with the new people and be base, because it's still fun. We're skydiving, and it's going to keep other people safe and learning. So feel free to come up to me, or a lot of other people will make it happen for you. And then that kind of leads into angle flying. I know that's a big hoot for people. That one is one of those, like, makes me really nervous with new people trying to do, because with angle flying, you're going fast, you're going steep, you're moving across the sky way faster than you think you are than in a track necessarily, because a track can be really flat and slow. So big movements, trying to overcompensate, collisions have happened, and it can get really scary and gnarly real quick. So if you're looking to try to do angle flying, like, go to the best of the best that we have around if you want to start trying to do that, so that you're doing it safe and that you're going to learn something and not jeopardize other people. And I think breakoff is getting covered somewhere else. So I think that's it. And give me some questions if you got them.
Holy cow, he's got the record. We've got 2 minutes and 55 seconds to spare. Thank you very much, Emmett. Does anyone have any questions for Emmett? Remember, it's a little icon in the reactions where you can raise your hand. Anybody have any questions? I can't see anything going on. Lots of people on this meeting, though. Very exciting. All right. Well, Emmett, thank you. I hope
if you have questions later on that come up, hit me up on Messenger at the drop zone.
Oh,
I'm an open book.
I have a question for you from Monique. Monique, I'm just unmuting you, so if you don't mind, there you go.
Hey, Emmett, I'm super glad to hear you saying that angle flying is really difficult. I wonder if you could just give us the short version of some of the things that we should know how to do before we venture forth on our first angle fly jump.
Totally. So you should be pretty confident and self-sufficient on tracking. Like, you should be able to go flat and fast, slow, up and down with groups, like, understand how you can change your pitch on a small level. So if you're tracking pretty flat, you can take it a little bit at an angle, dropping down by arching, not trying to change too steep, getting comfortable with that kind of those situations. Moving around side to side with people is a great start, because it's not too far off from what you're doing. If you started any head down flying, that's also going to help, because you're going to have some awareness of moving forward and backward on your head and how fast things can move when you're getting into those angles. And it's not necessarily a need to do of starting your head down, but I would say have a lot of tracking jumps, a lot, because you got to know how to make your body fly in that different angle that you get when you're tracking. I think that's it. Anybody else?
Helps if I unmute myself. I think we're good. Emmett, I hope you passed your exam today and that the ferry is not too painful for you.
It wasn't an exam. It was just a course to prepare for the exam.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time. I am